This is a patient that was referred to me 6 months after LASIK. He is suffering from persistent flap folds with loss of best corrected visual acuity and significant aberrations. He has been lifted twice already. I use an RK marker to place radial marks on the cornea. I then remove the epithelium after placement of alcohol on the surface for about 40 seconds. So I use the sponge for about 6 millimeters to avoid dripping alcohol on the edge of the flap. And then I put a well of 3 millimeters in the center to expose the central epithelium to alcohol. Alcohol is then absorbed with the Waxel. And here I'm using a spatula to undermine and delaminate the epithelium centrally. As you can see, I can extend it beyond the central 3 millimeter zone where I applied the 20% alcohol for 40 seconds. Can be applied for more than 40 seconds in certain cases to make it easier. After the epithelium is delaminated, I push it to the side, and you can see how the folds become more apparent once the epithelium is removed. So some of these folds were masked by the epithelium. The flap is then lifted gently, and the key is to massage the flap afterwards on both sides. So I use different instruments to massage the flap. The one I'm using in this case is a Pineda iron, available from Asico, and so I push on the flap for several minutes, also hydrate the flap with BSS. And in severe cases like this one, I prefer to place tenonylon sutures. The sutures are placed at about 40% depth, and I try not to make them too tight, so not to induce any other folds or astigmatism. Here you can see that the folds are pretty much gone, and which is a combination effect of hydration and the sutures themselves. I typically place about 7 sutures, leaving no sutures at the hinge location. I'm replacing the epithelium in a LASIK fashion just for comfort purposes, and then I apply a contact lens. I typically keep the stitches in for about 3 weeks and then remove them selectively.